We're never doing that again.
Don't sleep. Don't sleep, baby. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Yeah.
Imagine if that was how.
What if I episode 72?
Yeah.
All right. So today we got breaking news.
Continue.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 72. That's 72 of the Good Point Bro podcast. My name is Kane. This is my little bro Cam.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep, baby. Breaking news today. Damian Lillard officially traded, but it's not to the Miami Heat. He was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Which is better for him. That is a way better chance to win a title than if he went to the Heat.
That's true. Does he play?
Did you see that Jimmy Butler was tweeting that they need to check them for tampering? The Bucks.
The Bucks? No, I didn't see that.
They are. If I'm a Miami Heat fan, I'm devastated because you are just not in the picture. Which I know we say that every single year about Miami, and somehow they find a way to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But dude,
They made the finals.
you're the finals, yeah, but they're always in the Eastern Conference.
And I
Finals.
keep saying
we're in it
this.
in 2020, 2021, and then 2022. Or
2020,
yeah,
22, and 23.
22 and 23. Yeah,
And that's what I was about to say is, whether you like it or not, they're the most successful team in the East over the last 4 years.
I mean, in the East, but the Bucks actually won a title, and that is more important than going to the Eastern Conference Finals 4 years. Like, if you had a choice, I can go to the Eastern Conference Finals 4 years and to a Finals appearance or win a title. Every player is saying, I want to win a title. So
Yeah. And, dude, this Damian Lillard trade is a big deal, obviously. And a lot of people are looking at Dame on the Bucks. But I think what they're missing out on, and you were talking about this earlier, is if the Phoenix Suns get depth, that's scary.
That's what I'm saying.
Because think about how good Devin Booker and KD was in the playoffs. Give them depth.
Yeah, and they got Bradley Beal. They added Grayson Allen and Nurkic. They got some good pieces elsewhere, too. Like, who do they get? Eric Gordon, too. I mean, if they surround them with shooters and guys who can play defense, dude. The one question with the Phoenix Suns is health. If they can stay healthy, they can win 65, 70 games. Literally, they can win. Because they're going to score 130 points a night. But the question is health, because Bradley Beal gets hurt all the time, KD gets hurt now all the time, and Devin Booker gets hurt all the time. So if they can't stay healthy, it doesn't matter. We've seen in the last 4 or 5 years in the NBA, injuries rule the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's whoever can stay the most healthy will win. Think about it. Giannis and the Bucks in 2021. If the Brooklyn Nets don't get hurt with James Harden and Kyrie, they easily win that series. They don't win the title. Then you look at 2019, Golden State. If Kevin Durant doesn't get hurt against the Raptors, they easily win the title. Then you look at last year.
The Nuggets win. The Nuggets win.
What about 2022?
If LeBron isn't playing injured in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. I think that played a part, but
They're winning that series.
yeah, they were destined to win. What happened in 2022? Oh, yeah, Chris Middleton got hurt against the Celtics. They probably win that series, too. I mean, they took him to 7 games without Chris Middleton, who in that year was balling.
Yeah.
So, and in that trade to get Damian Lillard, they kept Chris Middleton. And I know he only averaged 15 points last year, but he could easily be a 20-point-per-game guy.
Yeah.
So your spacing is going to be insane for Giannis. That's good. They are the best duo in the NBA for sure. Giannis and you got a guy
definitely
who's
complimenting
top 2 player in the world in Giannis, 1A, 1B with Jokic, and then Dame Lillard, who just came off of averaging 32 points a game. You got Chris Middleton and all those boys, and you kept Brook Lopez, who can shoot threes. The spacing is insane, and you can't stop Giannis when it's one-on-one like a freight train. I don't see if there's no excuses now for Giannis. He has a.
That's what I was just about to say. Because last year, at the end of the season, he said there's no losses, just lessons.
Yeah.
There's losses now.
Yeah, there's
the
big
expectations
losses.
are high in Milwaukee, and it's championship or
Listen,
bust.
you're a guy who relies a lot on your athleticism, so his prime is probably going to be shorter. He's 29 years old, just added Dame Lillard, who's arguably he's a top 3 point guard in the NBA, top 10 NBA player probably, and just averaged 32 points per game. If you don't get it done, people are going to look at him a lot differently.
That's true. Clip it. We good on the NBA?
Yeah, we're good. Also, I'm scared of I was pretty sad to hear who the Suns got because the Lakers, man, they probably got to add somebody too. They're gonna
big man.
Someone's calling me.
It would be really good if they could have a legit center. I know they've got what's his name that they signed in the offseason.
Oh,
I think
Mo
AD's,
Bamba, right?
No, not Mo. They actually signed a guy. He was like the number 2 free agent center in the NBA.
Oh yeah, they got some good pieces, and they got the guy from the Heat. I forget his name.
That's what I'm thinking of.
He did really well in the playoffs. He's a good shooter.
Oh yeah. You're talking
Or he
about
shot good in the playoffs. We'll see how he does
to
with
the
Lakers.
G.
Yeah, but they need unless Austin Reeves and Hachimura are like legit all-stars, then they're gonna have to have
They'll
a
be missing
piece.
something. All right,
Yeah.
over to the NFL. As you guys can see below, every topic is on the bar. Just if you see something that you want to see, make sure you stick around for it or scroll to it.
All right, moving over to the NFL. As you saw, the Cowboys blew it against the Cardinals. Let's start with that.
That was actually number 2, so may as well. Josh Dobbs is him.
Did you see the joke
Josh
that
Dobbs
Shannon
is
made
him.
on First Take about Josh Dobbs?
No.
How he was just applying for a job on Amazon Prime,
Dude.
and then they picked him up. It was pretty funny.
Well, to be fair, Josh Dobbs is a rocket scientist, so
Actually,
yeah.
Wow, I didn't know they studied rocket science.
What?
Like how everybody says it's not rocket science.
That's his
I guess-
actual degree.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. So he's one smart dude, and he's applied it to the NFL apparently, because he's actually looks pretty decent.
Well, the problem is the Cowboys defense gave up 180 rush yards in the first half. But the thing about the Cowboys is your defense isn't going to show up every single game getting 3 strip sacks, scooping scores, 2 pick sixes. Like, that's not realistic. Sometimes your offense is going to have to win you games. And when it came down to Dak winning the game, he threw a pick. And if he cannot win these type of games, because if you look at their schedule, they're like at the Chargers, at the Eagles coming up, and they just have a really hard schedule. They could be taking like 3 out of 5 L's in the next 5 games. And they're at the Patriots too.
The Cowboys could win out the rest of the year, and they're not winning a Super Bowl. They're just not, dude. Like, I don't know what it's going to take, but
and it's a QB issue.
I don't think Dak can win a Super Bowl. 1. 2, because like I was just saying this the other day. Look at the Super Bowls over the last 10 years. Majority, not all, are top 10 QBs.
Dak
The
can
exceptions,
play like it, though. He can play like a top 10 QB. I feel like with Dak, he gets on
in
these
the playoffs?
hot streaks. He's like super up or super down. That's what they were saying. Like, he's just not consistent. And you know what the argument is he only plays well in games that he's ahead, and his defense plays well. When he trails, in like the last 2 years, he has 10 touchdowns and 7 picks. So I mean, that's not great.
Well,
And
especially when
he's
one
not
of
a
those 7 is freaking against the Arizona Cardinals in the fourth quarter.
He's a QB who will not win you games, but if you put him in the right situation, then he'll succeed. But a lot of things have to go right for Dak to succeed. He's got to have a ton of weapons. He's got to have a great defense. Dak himself is not going to win you games. And when it comes down to the postseason, that's probably the most important aspect. Like, you look at a guy like Pat Mahomes last year who didn't have any weapons, but he elevates everybody, and he's going to win you games that you're not supposed to win.
He's the best player
You
in the world,
have to
though.
win games in the playoffs that you're not supposed to win, like the Buffalo game a couple years ago. Like, they were not supposed to win that game. But that was in Kansas City. Yeah, that was in Kansas City. But still, how that game was going and Buffalo scoring with
I don't think
20
it was in
seconds
Kansas City.
left? I'm pretty sure it was. I'm almost positive.
All right, just keep going. I'll look it up.
But if you look at those games, these elite quarterbacks are winning games that you're not supposed to win. Like, your team is not playing well, but your quarterback elevates you guys. And Dak's never going to do that. And I don't know if you can win a Super Bowl with your quarterback never coming through in those crucial moments. Yeah, at Kansas City.
Oh, you saw it.
Well, it's, if they'd be on the right if they're at home. Yeah.
What year? This is 2022. Is that what you're talking about?
21, right? Or 2. No,
I don't
no,
think
it's early 2022.
Well, this is it because it's the score.
Yeah, it's
That's why it's
2022, like February.
Yeah.
Or January
23rd.
Yeah. My favorite game of all time, probably.
It's a great game. Josh Allen was 27 for 37 with 329 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah, that's when people were saying that they were going to be Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, and that he was basically 1A, 1B to Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
And that's age like milk.
And then Josh Allen had 11 carries for 68 yards as well.
Yeah.
Mahomes was 33 for 44 with 378 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, with 7 carries for 69 yards and a touchdown.
Their stats
So they had the same amount of touchdowns, almost like 1 yard away from the same amount of rush yards, and then Mahomes had more passing yards.
Yeah.
By 50.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then the Chiefs lost to the Bengals. That was funny. If the Bills are gonna win any year, it would have been that year. So far in their tenure with Josh Allen, because if you win that game, you probably beat the Bengals, honestly. And then you have
the Chiefs had 13 seconds and got the field goal to go to overtime.
Well, because they let Tyreek Hill. They did basically prevent because of Tyreek Hill. Then they threw like a little 10-yard throw to Tyreek Hill, and then he just did a burst of speed for another 15 yards.
Yeah.
It was kind of a poor game plan with a guy like Tyreek Hill, because if you give him any space, if you're not right on the guy when he catches it, he's going to get himself 10 more yards.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Everyone's talking about it. The Zach Wilson situation in New York. I don't want to come on here and just bash Zach Wilson, because he's definitely got enough of that going. But yeah, they signed Trevor Siemian.
Yeah. How is that going to help? What's the difference?
So they're set.
Yeah.
Their QB room
They're
solid.
winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They went from Aaron Rodgers at starting quarterback to Zach Wilson signing Trevor Siemian.
As a backup. He's not going to play.
Yeah, it just sucks for Jets fans. Maybe
should have kept Mike White.
Maybe what you do is you can reload again this offseason, get more talent, and then you get Aaron Rodgers back and just pray that he can stay healthy.
The season's a
wash, yeah.
Like, there shouldn't really be much uproar about the Jets right now, because what's happening is exactly what everyone said would happen as soon as Aaron Rodgers got hurt. And then when it happened, everybody was like, look at this dude, man, he sucks.
Okay, but what about this? Remember how before the year I said that the AFC East would be the greatest division ever, or one of them? Right now, let's just say the Jets actually had Aaron Rodgers, because the only loss that the Bills have right now is in division. The Dolphins and the Bills arguably are the two best teams in football right now. And if they keep beating everybody out of the division like they are.
49ers?
Huh?
49ers aren't top two?
I mean, it's arguable. It's arguable. That's what I'm saying.
I want to put the Bills top two.
No, I wouldn't.
The Dolphins have a good case for top two.
They have a good case for top one. They just dropped 70 points.
I don't think.
But I'm just saying that they might end up being the two best teams in football at the end of the year. If they keep playing like they are.
Patriots won out of division. Or lost out of division.
They lost to the Eagles, yeah. But, yeah, I'm just saying. If the Jets had Aaron Rodgers, they might have had a case to be one of the greatest divisions ever.
I think the Patriots are a lot better than their record. I think Mac Jones is a lot better than, like, statistics would tell you. They can't run the ball, which is crazy for a Bill Belichick team. And if they start running the ball, I think it'll look a whole lot different for Mac Jones. I mean, what is it in their loss to the Dolphins? He had like 40-something attempts, and they had like 11 rush attempts. Like, he's having to pass the ball way too much. And a lot of his picks weren't his fault. If you actually watch the games, they're not his fault, like at all. Like, they're tip-drill picks that he actually put on the money. He has no weapons.
Yeah.
Damn, the Bucks, Broncos. Okay.
The Broncos.
Yeah, they lose 70-20. Pretty freaking bad. Their defense sucks, which is insane.
Tell me about that stat you were telling me today.
So I think what it actually is the worst defense in NFL history for a season gave up 7 yards per play. That's what it is.
7 yards per play?
Yeah, the worst defense in NFL history. And right now, the Broncos are averaging giving up 7.6 yards per play.
Yeah.
So if this trend continues, they will have the worst defense in the history of the NFL. They're probably changing them.
Lord.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys can't hear it, or you cannot hear it. We have a brother now, so round of applause for old boy. He'll probably watch this one day.
Yeah,
we love you, Kai. But
he's crying downstairs right now.
Yeah, he's crying. I don't know.
And this is the first time he's been in our house.
Yeah, he just walked in for the first time.
I literally am hearing a baby crying. This is so odd.
Yeah, it's a very weird experience. We're 19 and I'll be 22 in 2 weeks, so it's very weird to have a little brother. Anyway, man. All right, so yeah, statistically, they could end up with the worst defense in the history of the NFL.
Also, it's hilarious because they statistically had the worst offense in the NFL last year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Not ever, but just in that year.
And Russ hasn't thrown for less than 300 yards yet.
Yeah, but you know how it works. Like if the defense is playing bad, your quarterback just has better numbers. I swear. But like if the games are
He got
actually
Jerry
close,
Jeudy back. We'll see, man. He didn't have Jerry Jeudy last year. He's hurt
yeah,
most of the year.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
All right, and then going into this a little bit, and all right, hear me out on this, okay? The Bears, I'm wearing the jersey, guys. I love the Bears suck. It's so hard to watch. It's an abomination to football. It's really heartbreaking. I dread every Sunday morning when I wake up knowing that I'm going to have to watch them get smoked. And I think this puts it into perspective pretty well, how bad they are. Sunday, we play the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. It is one of the most watched games of the season because Taylor Swift is there for Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift is in the booth. Everyone's watching it. They still had to turn the game off because the Bears suck so bad that it was so non-competitive. They switched to another game. That's how bad the Bears are. That Taylor Swift comes to the game and watches Travis Kelce, and they still have to turn the game off.
Well, she knew he was going to ball out, too, because he's playing the Bears. But another thing is, what's up with Taylor Swift? Like, she gets crazy national attention. Shay said that when she was on tour, it helped raise the U.S. economy because of how many people were buying tickets. Who? Taylor Swift. So you're saying it was one of the most watched games because Taylor Swift was there?
Yeah.
Also, I think his Travis Kelce's jersey's 400%.
Yeah. That's unreal.
Who are these Taylor Swift fans? Because I don't know them. Maybe that's just not my friends, but I don't.
They're everywhere, bro.
Yeah, they're closeted.
I don't think they are. They drop.
So I just never see them.
It's insane.
I never talk to Taylor Swift fans. That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess I don't either, but they're there because the numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie.
Yeah,
the numbers don't lie. Shannon.
So does Mac Miller said that in a song.
Oh, that's cool. But yeah, the Bears are trash.
But I just love how Bears fans had a lot of hope before the year. You guys got DJ Moore. It seemed like Komet was there last year. He played really well.
I don't know that I had a lot of hope.
I feel like Bears fans had like at least maybe we could get in the 7-9 win range.
Well, that's what we were saying
in our division.
That's what we said last episode.
They're the worst team in the NFL.
The Bears,
it seems like they're the worst team in the NFL by far. Like, look at the Cardinals, how they were like, basically, we're going to tank. And they almost beat the Giants, and they beat the Cowboys last week. Like, this is a team that is trying to lose and has Josh Dobbs as their quarterback who just beat the Cowboys. And the Bears, after getting DJ Moore, Justin Fields.
Why do you have to remind me?
Was the third quarterback to rush for over 1,000 yards or whatever. Everybody had so much hope. Dan Orlovsky, what did he say? That he was going to win the MVP in the next 3 years?
No, he said Dan Orlovsky said he was going to be an MVP candidate this year.
That's ridiculous. And you guys are 0-3. It's a disaster. You got Justin Fields blaming the coaches, then retracting it. Listen, and then you were telling about that guy who on TikTok breaks down QBs and was saying, listen, guys, this is not all the coaches. Justin Fields just sucks.
He missed 4 straight reads in back-to-back plays.
That's why I don't
listen, guys. Let's just take the year off.
This is why I don't understand because
enjoy your fantasy. Be fans of those guys. But as a Bears fan, I'm checking out. I'll see you guys in the draft when we get whatever we get. I don't even think we should get a QB. I don't even think we should.
Y'all should get Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams will become the next bust. And everyone will be like, why didn't he translate to the NFL? And the real reason was the Bears suck. And the Bears will make him suck too.
Well, Justin Fields, everybody's complaining, well, the offense isn't set up for him to succeed because they're not calling his own run plays. At the end of the day, if you miss 4 straight reads and you can't just do normal, simple pass plays, then you can't be a QB in the NFL. I don't care how athletic you are.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
You have to, at some point, be able to pass. We saw with Jalen Hurts last year how much he grew passing. And then he became a QB that could win a Super Bowl, and we saw that.
I was just about to get into that. How good is Jalen Hurts?
If you cannot pass at least somewhat, I mean, Cam Newton never won a Super Bowl, and he was light years ahead of Justin Fields at passing in his prime. Like, Justin Fields isn't near what Cam Newton was even then at passing. Like, I don't know, man. You can't just run every single play.
All right.
You have to be able to pass.
Okay. Yeah, we get it. Okay. Jalen Hurts, slow start. What's up with that? Anything to worry about there?
Nah.
Don't care?
They win in games. I mean, he doesn't have to do much. They run the football better than any other team in the NFL. They average like 7 yards a run.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, what?
Freaking
Why
Swift looks nice.
And Jalen Hurts is the type of guy who's not going to make it about himself. But if he's winning games,
he's making bad decisions. Like, he's made some poor decisions. Like, I don't want to say he's making. The game I watched, which was Monday Night Football, he made some poor decisions.
That last year he wasn't doing.
That I didn't see last year. He protected the football a lot better last year.
He just had fumbles.
I think he had, like, what do you have, 6 picks last year?
Like nothing. Like no picks,
5?
basically. Yeah.
And he's already has, what, 3?
Yeah, but I don't think it's anything to worry about. I still trust Jalen. Look, the NFC is not quarterback rich, and I still put Jalen Hurts the top of the food chain in the NFC.
Yeah, you're right.
If he was in the AFC, because a lot of those games are going to be win or loss by quarterbacks when it comes to playoffs, but the NFC is a team of dogs and just team-oriented wins.
Listen, and I saw this last night, I guess. Would you rather have Tua or Jalen right now? And this is what happens is people get so caught up in the moment of things. And I picked Tua for MVP. I picked him for MVP. But you get so caught up in the moment of things that you're forgetting that this is a guy that just took the Eagles to the Super Bowl last year. If he doesn't get hurt, he might possibly win MVP. He had a great QB rating. He had over 30 passing touchdowns and less than 10 interceptions. So, yeah, he has a slow start to the year. But why is he not that guy?
He also balled out in the Super Bowl.
You just jump ship like this. Yeah, and he outperformed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
I don't know about that.
Yes, he
that
did.
Fumble
yes, he did.
Was rough.
He outperformed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
No.
Yes, he did. And granted, Patrick Mahomes was on one foot, but he outperformed him.
Nope.
100% he did.
No.
He's winning.
No.
He's winning
I remember
MVP
we
if
had
they
this
win that
argument
game.
last
He's winning MVP if they win that game.
If he doesn't fumble that in like what was that third quarter, they win the game. So he did not outperform Patrick. Patrick Mahomes had 0 turnovers that game. And Jalen Hurts had the game-losing fumble, basically. Patrick Mahomes definitely outplayed him. And he was on one leg. And the Eagles' pass rush was insane. And I don't think they sacked him once. I don't know if they sacked him once because he's so good. Not saying that his offensive line didn't have any part in that, but it's so hard to sack that dude, even on 1 foot.
This Dolphins offense looks unreal. They just dropped 70 on Denver.
How do you drop 70 in the NFL? You never. That's the third time that's ever happened.
They took them out. They took the starters out, and then they scored again.
Yeah.
They're backups.
And did you see Tua's reaction and they scored? He was hype.
Yeah.
But and they didn't even have Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's why I said last week they have 4 guys who run under 4.4s.
Okay, I'm
They're
with
the
you.
Fastest team ever.
Listen, Tua has amazing weapons, but being able to do that without Jalen Waddle shows how much of an MVP candidate he should be.
He's playing.
He should be the MVP. He really should. And
right now,
and if he stays healthy this season, he should get a bag. A bag. If not, they should give it to him now. And because this is the thing, the only reason he hasn't gotten a bag already is because you're afraid he's going to get hurt.
Yeah, so
that's the only reason.
If he look, so everybody
he should each week he should fight for his bag. And whether they give it to him or not, by the end of the year, they need to pay this man. Especially if they have a great any playoff success and he wins anything close to an MVP as a top 3 QB by the end of the year, he needs to get paid. Because that's pretty much exactly what Jalen Hurts just did.
Well, I think that, if he proves that he can stay healthy this year, then yeah, give him back. Because you don't find many quarterbacks that can click with an offense like that.
Yeah.
Like Tua in this offense they're a perfect chemistry.
Yeah. And people,
so you don't want to lose that.
People forget who Tua is. People forget who Tua is.
People forget that
they
Tua
forget that he was one of the biggest high school recruits ever. That he took Jalen Hurts' job when they were. Jalen Hurts was 20-1.
You had Ryan
and he
Clark.
took his job, and then he wins against Georgia. Comes back the next year. Is incredible.
29 touchdowns, 0 picks.
Incredible. Leads that team. Was the number 1 pick until Joe Burrow had the greatest college season of all time. Was an undisputed number 1 pick until that. Then he goes to the Dolphins as a rough rookie year and deals with injuries. Blows out his hip in his senior of his college, not his senior year, but blows out his hip in his last year of college. Now he's fully healthy. Hopefully, fingers crossed he stays this way. But when Tua is fully healthy, that's the guy he was. And people forget that really easily. No, it's not Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's an amazing talent. He's an amazing talent. Yeah. Tua is that guy.
Yeah,
He's been that guy. When he's healthy, he's that guy. There should be no question. He should get paid. Hopefully, he wins MVP, and my prediction comes true. But come on, Tua.
People
let's go,
don't realize that Tua beat out Trevor Lawrence in that QB in the high school QBs. He beat out Trevor Lawrence as best QB in the nation.
He's
and
ranked
Trevor
third.
Lawrence no, he beat him. He won the camp.
Oh, a camp. Yeah. I don't know.
He won the.
I was
Well, it's
talking
like the
about,
biggest high school camps. He beat out Trevor Lawrence, and they picked him. And if you watch it, they're saying like Tua is special. Like the way that he throws a football is special. Nobody throws a football like Tua. It's insane how accurate he is. And they've been talking about that. And yeah, people forget he was one of the biggest recruits that Alabama's ever gotten. And everybody was saying he was better than Jalen Hurts when he got there.
Yeah.
And in 2018, they had the greatest team ever. They just got destroyed in the national championship. That happens sometimes. But he had, at one point, 29 touchdowns and 0 picks at Alabama. I mean, this guy was insane. And he hurt himself. He hurt his knee that first year in 2018, so he wasn't moving around as much. And then the next year, he blew out his hip. So if he can just stay healthy, he's going to be a top 5 quarterback for a long time, especially when you give him weapons like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I mean, that's just a recipe for having one of the best offenses of all time.
What's it called? Who's the best team in the NFC?
Eagles right now.
That easy?
When you can have Jalen Hurts, like you said, not playing as well, and you can average 7 yards a carry, and when you watch them play games, they're just better than the other team. They're just better. Their lines are better. They run better. Their defense is better. It's like they're coasting, bro. You can coast a 3, and they played good teams. And if you can coast 3-0, I mean, dude, they are the best.
Yeah, I was about to say the 49ers, like before anything. But that one line that you said convinced me otherwise. If Jalen Hurts is playing a C right now and they're easily winning games and they're 3-0, I mean, when he's back to himself,
and don't you think their culture is insane?
And people forget people were saying, could they go undefeated last year?
Well, I'm saying
and they added pieces.
Well, their schedule was sorry last year, but yeah, they could have won.
I mean, it might still be. I don't know.
Don't you think that they have the best culture in the NFL, arguably? Like, they win. They are winners there.
Yeah, they are.
They don't expect anything other than that. And you can tell when you watch them play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, they expect to win, and they seem really even kill. Like, they're going to be – you know what you're going to get from the Eagles week in and week out, and they're going to compete. And that's the difference with the Cowboys.
And they're dogs,
You don't know what you're going to get from the Cowboys. You could get the great Cowboys. You get decent Cowboys. You can get complete trash, giving up 180 rush yards in the first half Cowboys. You know what you're going to get from the Eagles. They're going to run the football. They're going to play good defense. And then they're going to get big plays because they can run the football. Their play action is going to be insane. Because, like, if you're averaging 7 runs a carry, you're going to flood the box. And then play action, Devontae Smith for 60 yards. Yeah. I mean, they're going to lead the NFL in big plays.
I mean, A.J. Brown.
Besides the Dolphins, probably. But
A.J. Brown had a great week.
Yeah, they're going to keep doing that.
Yeah, that was good.
They're going to have 14 wins.
Best team in the AFC.
Chiefs.
The Chiefs?
Yeah, I'm at the point where because I'm not doing it like week to week. I'm going to do it like the Chiefs are the team as long as they keep winning until I'm proven otherwise. Until somebody knocks them off. Like if the Bengals would have won last year.
They're 2-1.
I know, but I'm saying like they are still the best team in the AFC. They're the best team in the NFL until
I don't know.
They lose the crown.
To me, through 3 weeks,
they have earned that
the Dolphins
respect.
are the best team in the AFC.
Sure, if you go week to week, they performed the best. There's a difference. They have performed the best, but are they the best team? No. The Chiefs have earned the right
I think that
to have the
is
crown,
a lot better.
Especially in the AFC when they've been to 5 straight AFC championships. Until they are knocked off, if the Dolphins beat them in the playoffs, sure. But until that happens, the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC, and that will not change.
I think the Dolphins' defense is a lot better than people give them credit for.
I think so too, but
I think they're only getting better because they have a few people injured and they're coming back. I think that the Dolphins are the best team in the AFC. They're the best team.
But who are you picking if you were to bet who wins the AFC, Chiefs or Dolphins right now?
If they were playing in the AFC Championship tomorrow, I would pick the Dolphins to win the game.
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Because the Chiefs defense looks legit too. Chiefs defense looks good.
I don't know if anybody's defense can look legit against the current Dolphins offense.
You know what the Chiefs do? Like we were talking about with the Eagles, they also find a way to win games, dude. Like let's wait for the Dolphins to prove that yet, you know? Like the Chiefs will win in every type of way. And you can't. I'm not jumping off that bandwagon yet.
Let's not act like
until the playoffs happen. If you're talking about performance based, the Dolphins have outplayed every team in the NFL. If you're just talking about the best team, it's the Chiefs.
Let's not act like a Kane and Mostert didn't just combine for 100 fantasy points. Like their running backs went off last week when they dropped 70. The running backs were ridiculous, which is part of the reason that they didn't need Waddle.
Okay, yeah.
So you said they could win in multiple ways. So I'm just saying.
Well, I'm not. I'm just saying like they are battle tested, dude. Like I'm not betting against the Chiefs. I just won't do it.
All right, and for dessert, I don't think this one's on the bar for some reason. Way too early finals predictions. Way too early. Just say the two finals teams, two teams that make the finals, not the winner. Just the two teams that make the finals.
Bucks, Nuggets.
Bucks, Nuggets. So the Nuggets go back again.
But they lose.
Okay, I'm not too high. The Bucks potentially could be there. They could, but I think people forget. I think people forget about the moves that the Celtics made. I think they finally make it back, and I think that they lose again to the Suns with depth.
But if you think about it, I'm not putting the Suns up there because I don't think they're going to stay healthy. I think that the Bucks could possibly have 70 wins if they stay healthy. The Bucks roster is ridiculous. Like, and people forget in 2021 they were on pace to win 70 games for a while. They were winning every game, and they didn't. Yeah,
and then they got hurt.
They didn't have Dame,
and then they got injuries.
Or 2020. I meant 2020. 2020 with the year that LeBron almost took the MVP from Giannis by the end of the year.
Yeah.
They were on pace for 70 wins for a while with that team. So you get Giannis, who's hungry at 29, and you have Damian Lillard, who just averaged 32, and you have Brook Lopez, who's just came off his best season with Chris Middleton. And that spacing, dude, they could be an all-time team, like for real. They are insane. That move shook me and shook the whole NBA because when you looked at Vegas, they did not predict that was going to happen. And if you're the Heat, you're devastated, bro, because you are not in that mix. What I want to see is two Titans at the end of the year, the Celtics and the Bucks, just go at it in a classic 7-game Eastern Conference series. Because I feel like as sports fans, we've been majorly let down. Or NBA has been majorly let down with these matchups. Like when the Nets got all their pieces, we were like, this is going to be insane. You know, we're going to have Russ and the Lakers, and they're going to play the Nets, and KD's going to play against Russ, and LeBron versus KD, and all these different storylines. And then Kyrie versus Braun. Like, all these crazy storylines, and none of that ever happened. Yeah. Like, we are getting let down matchup-wise. So, what I want to see is, and it would be awesome if the Lakers and Suns can meet in the Western Conference, but I feel like we are starving as NBA fans for just some classic teams battling out.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. All right, guys. Thank you for joining episode 72. That's 72 of the Good Point Bro podcast. My name's Kane. This is my little bro Cam.
No sleep.
And soon to be other little bro Kai. We're going to go hang out with him. So it's been fun, guys. See you later.